Hello everyone. This is Abhinav here, and today I'm going to demonstrate that how I created this track. It's an organic house, deep house track. So I'm going to play this song for you, and it's almost like 10 minutes. It's quite a long track, but yeah, I just tried my best to keep it simple and make it interesting. And so let's just hear the track. like this track, and the rest part of it I'm going to play it afterwards. And I tried my best to keep it simple and include all sounds or instruments which actually sounds organic. When it's a deep house music or organic house, usually there are sounds which are very much organic, authentic, sounds a bit natural. Keeping that in my mind, I created this track. So let's just dive into it. So first I'm going to demonstrate that how I created this drum groove. So this is the kick, this is the claps. I have actually three claps here. This is clap 1, clap 2, and this is clap 3 on the alternative. So let's just hear to the kick drum first. Very sturdy, I think, right? So here are two kick drum actually, kick 1 and kick 2. Kick 2 is on the second channel. Let's just hear to the kick 2 first. This is kick 2. And then the kick 1 is in 25th channel. Okay, this is the kick 1. Kick 1 is here and this is kick 2. So let's see, this is not very much that much powerful, has a sub frequency in this. This is the EQ. I've cut it here almost on exactly on 20 Hertz, reduced it here on 660, and reduced a bit here from 4000 Hertz. Added a bit of harmonic saturation in this, then keeping this kick drum on the top of this one. So this is the sample of kick 2. This is kick 1, which is the more harder one. Okay, let's see that what I have done in this EQ. In this kick, I reduced the higher frequency, and in this kick also a bit of reduce the higher frequency, cut it at 4200 Hertz, here at 11 Hertz, but I'm keeping all the sub frequency because the most important thing in organic or deep house music is that you have to keep the groove in a very low sound. It should be not very much, you can say that, very much bright. I would say very much exaggerated or bright sounds, but you have to keep the rhythm and keep the groove. Take those samples, or you have to mix it like groove is not very much right characteristic, but it's just keeping it low. So this is the kick drum processing, and then the clap comes. This is the first clap. Sorry, let me just switch on the clap here. Very basic clap. I have added a reverb in this. So okay, yeah, I've cut it almost at 440 Hertz, here at 11,700. So why did I cut this much part? As I said that you have to keep every sound low as much as possible. So these frequencies which are really not necessary, you can cut it while making organic house. Then this is the clap 2. I have layered it with clap 1. bit of EQing. This is the alternative clap which is playing on the second and fourth beat, empowering the second and the fourth one. You see, you actually start to feel the groove actually, right? And because there is only few instruments, but how you layer your sound, the drum sounds, how you layer them and glue them together, you can actually feel the groove. So this is the kick, drum and clap all together. Next is the hi-hats. Let's just hear to the hi-hats. Very basic, right? I chose this sample because it's again very much not a very bright sample, but it's a clear sample. This is the hi-hat sample here. You see that what I have done, I have actually cut the end part here, see, and a bit of front part also. And one of the most interesting thing in FL Studio is that you can always time shift your beats, right? So I have time shifted it, this hi-hats. Maybe I have time shifted this clap also. So hi-hats, yeah, I have done the hi-hats. Bit of time shift. This is the bit of EQing, not that much, keeping all the necessary frequency which I just need, the right frequencies, and just clearing out the rest of them. Then the main groove part in this drum beat is this percussion sound. This percussion sound, let's just hear to this first. So you have to select a very organic sample, right? It took me some time to select the right sample here. This is the part here. This is the first percussion sound. And this is the grooving part. But this one is different than this one. So let's just hear this. I have kept one in the left, this one also on the left. I have added a reverb in this. Reverb very much necessary. If you are not adding reverb, then it would just sound like this. Very much dry. Added a delay also. Did the EQ here. This is the another percussion. Also I have added a reverb in this. So when you are making organic house, you have to actually add some organic percussion in that, and you have to create the rhythm according to the drum beat so that all together it just sound very much natural and kind of tribal or organic vibes it just gave you. This is the bass. Let's just hear to the bass. It's also interesting. This is see the pattern here. This is the pattern. Very much syncopated kind of pattern, and I have not used many notes, just it's just the E and the D note here. So it's very simple bass pattern here, but it is, you have to make it simple. Let's just hear to the processing how I actually mix the drum. So there are actually two bass here. Sorry, the bass, you see this is first part, and this is a tom. I have used a tom here, and I did EQing on this tom. So this is the just bass here, the sample of the bass. It has a really good tone on the sub frequency. This is the tom here. So you see that both the samples are actually matching with each other. So that's why I chose these two. Haven't done really much, nothing in the EQ, because I want to keep all those low sounding frequency for this kind of track, right? You have to keep that in mind. Don't cut out the low frequency or which are actually sounds organic, but you have to cut out those which are very much bright. Saturation here in this bass, PSP saturator, limiter, doing the side chaining here with the kick drum. Then added a compressor here. This is the tom bass, the upper part layer. Okay, I have done a bit of EQing in this one. Let's just see. For the extra bass, I'm only taking this frequency here. If I just mute this, it's not sounding right, so I just keep turning this on. See, all the frequencies which I don't want, I just cut it here on the bass also. This was the all drum processing with the bass. Now, as we know that we have to create an environment in a track, and that kind of atmospheric sound you have to use in any house music. If you take any house music, or just if you're making an organic deep house music, you have to create an atmosphere sound, a background sound which is continuously running in behind the track, and it is actually making a bass, a melodic bass of your track. So for creating the atmosphere, I'm using a plugin which is very much popular, the Omnisphere, and just listen to this atmosphere sound. Okay, sounds very ethereal, right? So let's just hear to the sample. Okay, this is the sample. The sample name is If Only for a Moment. It's an Omnisphere. So you have to tweak with your playing, right? Let's just hear to the, okay, So this is how I recorded the, if I mute it and play on my keyboard. It just, actually I was trying to select a sample for this track and I heard this amazing atmospheric sound on Omnisphere, and while just playing it, just sounded so much ethereal and addictive to me, and it sounds so much futuristic, so much organic, kind of spacey. It's just the right sound that you need for your track. So I, without any delay, I just recorded this, and also a bit of tweaking with the attack, DA, decay, sustain and release. The next thing I want to demonstrate is the metallic percussion. The metallic percussion are these two here. These two metallic percussion is almost, it is throughout this whole song. So what these percussions are doing, that it is actually creating behind background percussion sound, some metallic percussion sound, and it is also creating atmosphere. It is actually helping to create a very organic atmosphere. If you listen to these percussions here, one percussion is metallic shaker, and this is a metallic percussion sound. So this is pan to the left, I think, on the 13th, this one. Bit of EQ, not really, haven't done anything more than EQing and just adding a reverb to this. Reverb is very much necessary in while making these kind of track. If you don't put reverb or delay on the right sample or instrument, it would just sound dry, not giving any feel. It's now lively, sounds lively. This is the second, it's on the 22 track. Okay, this one, it's on panned right. Okay, sounds very much organic, right? This is the done the EQing here, this is the reverb all together. So the right sample and sounds are the essential thing for any music. To create the groove in this track, the rhythm, the groove, the kind of groove that can actually feel like dancing, I have added few loops from, I have taken those loops from Splice. There's a shaker loop here. There's the, I don't know exactly what loop is this, but it's really going and fitting very much well to this style of music. Then there's a tambourine loop here. So all these shaker loop, tambourine loop, this wire loop, organic shakers, these kind of things are very much essential, I would say, is the ingredients of the house track, and especially for deep house or organic house. So let's just hear to this. So this was the demonstration of the drum processing, how I created this drums and layered all the drum sound, glued together every other sound in the drum section. And after this, in these kind of tracks, and whenever you make some organic house music or deep house, you have to add some kind of groovy loop, So for that purpose, I have added this metallic shaker here. The arrangement is also very much necessary. For instance, this metallic shaker, this loop is coming here. I got this sample from Splice, and first this, and there's another shaker here. It's a yeah, this is a normal shaker here. Then there's a different shaker here, tambourine shaker. So you have to add shakers in your track. It's not really necessary for every style of genre in the house music, but yeah, you have to incorporate some kind of track. You have to add, you have to base all those instruments on the top of each other and make sure that that every other sound is going well with complementing each other. This is the sample here. This shaker here is added in this section, first section, then in the middle section here, and then at the last section here also. Last section. Another thing is that another sound. It is also kind of a backbone to this track, you can say. This is a pulsing wave. It is a bass synth, and I got this preset, this patch from Omnisphere. So this is right now, it's not available here in Omnisphere because CPU was actually very much getting high. So I exported it, this pattern, on the wave file, and then so this is the sample here. The second thing is that I have did some EQing here in this one. So you can hear that I have actually kept all the volume, all the gain control very much precisely. Which sound I want to keep it on front, those sounds, those instruments are in front, and this one, this sound, it is actually in the background. It is background and it is giving a pulsing kind of feeling, though it is a bass, and it can like mix and crash with the main bass of this track, which is here, this one, this bass sound. So I have kept the sub frequency, basically all the frequency of this bass, but on this one, this, I actually have did a lot of EQing here. This is, so let's just hear this in isolation mode. And if I do this, clear this out, lot of frequency, right? So I have cut it all the major low sounding frequency, kept a bit of middle part, and just a pinch of, not that much. You can say that this is a mid-high range, not the high range. And then I have applied the reverb intensity from Arturia. Nice plugin here. If I switch this off, doesn't feel that much lively, but if I turn this on, you can hear the echoing and surround the reverb is giving. So yeah, and this thing, this bass is getting automated here. At some part I'm doing the gain automation. This is the first automation of this pulsing wave, and this is the second automation of this pulsing wave. Another thing is the main shaker here. This is the main shaker, the bass shaker of this track. This is the sample. Okay, so with all this, let me just turn this on. Let the shaker play. So you have to mix all these sounds very well. That's why what you can see is that when you can actually hear all the sounds which are playing in the background, these small metallic shakers and percussion is actually giving a feel of organic syncopation. This shaker is getting played, then comes the vocal part. This is the vocal. This sample I got it from Splice. Let's listen to this sample.
What is life? What is life?
I actually chopped it, this whole vocal part. I chopped it and I just kept the what is life part here. This one, and then just arranged it in a way that it actually sounds nice. These are the crashes and effects which are also a very major thing in house music. So throughout this whole track you can see the crashes and reverse crash. The snare roll is here, and I have also layered few crashes here, first section of the song, and here the vocal comes. What is happening here, from this part, the bass synth is actually getting automated. I am lowering it and then increasing it. Now I'm introducing a new sound here. It's a pad, and there's a new tambourine loop also. This tambourine loop, let's just hear to this sample. Also giving a organic kind of vibe. And this is the pad here. Let's hear to the pad. This preset is known as Blue Giant. Very much kind of spacey and atmospheric. So I actually liked this pad and just added it in this track. This is here to this, and the tambourine loop is also coming. So how this tambourine loop is coming, it is getting automated from slow. It's rising, it's rising, it's rising, it's getting to the maximum point here. This is the lower shaker here, and this is the first kind of breakdown part here. This tambourine loop, it's getting automated here from this part, and here is the drop comes here like the pad is coming. So I have kept very small notes here of the melody, and this is the full melody part. Let's just hear this in isolation. Metallic shaker is also coming here, and to get the overall vibe of the song here, I have added the shakers also, the metallic shakers, small shakers. This is the snare roll here. These are the small crashes here, these crashes, and then a crash roll kind of thing I have done here. Another thing is that these both effects, yeah, these effects I have actually, let's just hear this. Let's hear to this one. Now this one. So both of these effects is complementing each others, and I've kept both of these to get a big impact here. This is the reverse crash here. I think it's a reverse cymbal. So okay, so this is the first drop here. All these small crashes you have to use in the middle of your song when you're creating this. This is the sample. Actually, these small crashes and all these small percussion sounds create the pace of the track, and all the instances which are happening in the track. The drums are in the center, in the left and right all the percussion sounds are, you can hear. The shaker is on the top right, so this is the shaker. And then on this part, without kick and bass, the breakout section is here, where the vocal is getting played when the drop is coming. When the drop is coming for the first 4 bars, 1 2 3 4 bars here, the vocals are not coming, and then the vocals here.
What is life?
It's getting a bit clipping is happening, sorry for that. And yeah, this is the vocal here, and on this section the pulsing wave, I've actually increased this a bit. Is here to this. The pulsing wave has reached now its maximum point. Now it's getting decreased. And after this section, once the drop comes here, then the vocal comes there. And again, as the song is actually keeping the energy alive, the song is keeping the dance feel and energy alive, so I haven't reduced the drums here. Instead of that, I just remove the vocals here and all these other elements here on this section. And after that, the kick drum and everything, I reduced it. So this is the half part of the track. It's almost like 10 minutes 30 seconds. This is the half part. On this part, the vocals come here. From this part, I am introducing another vocal. This comes here.
Man is a star on the stage of the universe. 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 Universe.
And it's actually going with this vocal part also, so I just kept this one here. And the second breakdown is coming. I actually increased the in volume of the percussions here, and this hi-hats also. let's just now let me demonstrate the second part of this track. So a new vocal is getting played here with the metallic percussion sounds. The atmosphere is continuing, and what is different here is that I cut the pulsing wave here, put the both effects here, and this is the drop section here. The drop comes here, the kick and drums, everything is getting played here, and before that this is the drop section. So this is the snare roll here, and I have added here all the crashes and cymbals here. The first part, this is the first part of the drop, and in this part I haven't kept the pad sound. Instead of this first part I kept the pad sound here, and when the pad sound is coming, the pads are coming, the shaker is also getting played. The volume automation is getting controlled here of the pulsing wave. Now we are getting to the last part of this track. Because this is the last part of this song, the vocals are getting played, and after this section I haven't stopped the drum section here, but instead of that let the song go in that mood and that vibe, and added the tambourine loop here. The loop is coming with the automation here, it is getting increased and getting decreased, and the vocals is getting stopped here. After that this is the pulsing wave here, and the some of the SFX are here. At the last part is just similar to the starting part of the track, like how the track has started, and on the last section also I kept it like that. The tambourine loop is getting stopped here, the pad is getting stopped, the shaker is continued here, and the atmosphere sound, which is the bass thing, the spacey atmosphere, this one, I think without this it was not in this here. It's very essential that you have to create all these layers. These layers actually built up the organic groove and the feel of the song. So all these elements are very much necessary. I think that I have pretty much added the basic and the essential things that what an organic house music should include, right? These sections are for the SFX, the crash. At times I am just adding 2 crashes here. This is another SFX here. For the mixing purpose I have pretty much fairly mixed the track. It's not like very much mixed properly, but however whatever I know I have just mixed the track here. So this was the track which I just recently created. I completed this track yesterday and just quickly arranged it today, so thought that I could demonstrate it and help you guys to make a kind of organic house. So I hope that this tutorial bit here and on my YouTube channel and what I just explained to you, it has actually giving you something benefit you are learning from all these tutorials. And I promise that I'm going to upload more tutorials on house music, on how to create deep house, organic house, piano house. The previous video of the piano house which I had uploaded it, so I created my YouTube channel just 2 weeks ago, and I could really see a really good audience and people have subscribed to my channel and liked my channel, so I really appreciate that. Hope that I will come with a lot of more informative content again. Until then, you can just rewind it and make sure that you grasp all these things, what how I have arranged the track, what I have included, the samples, how I have selected these samples. The main thing is that I have put a lot of my time in choosing the right samples. If you choose the right samples and if you mix all together, this your track is going to sound amazing. That is one of the main essential thing. The mixing process of this track is completed and I have mastered this track properly. I'm going to upload this on my SoundCloud and my YouTube channel. Just I'll just request all of you guys to subscribe to my channel and keep supporting me, like the video which I am making, and if you can always put any comment on my video that I should make any specific kind of video or tutorial about FL Studio, about arranging a song, anything like that. Whatever you guys want, have in your mind or doubt, you can always ask me. So okay, so I'm taking off right now. I hope to see you next in the next video again. Thank you.